Start of the match, Wheeler on Nigel Smart, a bit of a surprise. Smart playing at centre half forward. So away they go. Vocal crowd here. Bryce wins the tap. Kelly the first kick, the captain, a high one. To centre half forward. Robin there with Bays, juggling mark paid for Bays. Now we know he's a thumping kick. Osborne on the lead. Hart to go with him. Ooh. So Hart and Jamison might have made a quick swap. The handball by Tregenza okay. Lee's quick kick into the centre. Liptak's handball to Robrin. Quick kick to Andrew Jarman. Modra will provide the lead. Not a good kick. Off the ground by Dunkley. Wheeler missed it. Swans with the handball okay. Crashing their way through now to Brunton. Left foot into the centre square.
And gathered there by McRae. Down goes Daniels. Taken by Rashudo. Chance for Nigel Smart. He's dumped. Jason Daniels gives the hand pass back. Now the opportunity is there for McGovern. The kick goes very wide. The mark is taken by Bryce. Paul Bryce, who played such a fantastic game last week. He's got the job in front of him here tonight. That's McGuinness. And out there is his opponent, Begovic. The ball comes to Murphy. Murphy's kick. Bays drops a sitter. Back goes Robrin. Gives the hand pass to Bickley. Bickley in turn, McDermott. Oh, Robrin spills it. Back for McDermott.
The ball very, very slippery. You can see there it's very, very dewy. There's Jarman fumbling once again. So that's the reason why these players can't hold it.
McGuinness tries to break a tackle, gets caught holding it. Sydney free kick at half-back. Sweeping handball to Murphy. He's played more than 150 games. Drop punt, Waters the target. Good grab. He's been their big disposals man so far this season. Goes short. Ambrose on the lead, gets him at the 50-metre line.
Looked very impressive last week, this young fellow.
From Shepparton. I think he was at Essendon for a short time too. Ambrose will kick from 55 metres, tucked away on the boundary line. Osborne's in the goal square. The drop punt, getting there. Wren in the front spot, knocked away. Ricciuto tries to get away, he can't. Was that Visca? It is out of play.
And Bright and Maynard looks as if he's going off already. AC joint probably. Right AC joint.
Hasn't missed a game, Scotty, in 3 years, Maynard.
And if you whip him off this quickly, there must be something fairly serious wrong.
Bays a snap. It's close. It might be a goal. I think it is. A goal to the Swans from Bays on his right foot, and Sydney get the first.
Well, haven't we? We may have a game here as poor Rodney Maynard in the hands of the trainers. Bays kicking that first goal. It's what it doesn't look too good. I don't think he'll come back on the ground. He's in so much pain early.
Well, there's Mark Bays, the first goal scorer for the evening, and wasn't it a good shot for goal? So the Swans leading. The bounce favours Bryce, but over the top goes Big Wren, and he thumps it towards half forward. Jarman, quick hands. McDermott gets back onto the right foot, but the kick was smothered. It's forced forward, up in front of the goals. It's punched away by the Swans defence. It goes back towards half-back where Murphy gathers. Lovely little hand pass for Kelly. He's got the chance to run, but the bounce a little awkward for him, so the ground obviously is a bit slippery. A kick off the ground. It's forced towards the 50-metre line for the Swans. A kick off the ground there by Visca. The ball to be won, and it is won by McGuinness. Gets the handball, looking for Rashudo. A bit of confusion there for the Crows. Visca, Lee, and now McDermott. McDermott kicks the ball nicely up towards centre half forward. Punched away there by Dunkley. But a free kick is picked out of it. It's going to Adelaide.
And the umpire said that Dunkley had a hold of the arm of Modra. From where I was sitting, I thought shoulder to shoulder. But then again, the umpire in a better position. Here it is. Oh, well, he's in a better position.
Well, be honest, Don, it was a very ordinary umpiring decision, and it results in a free kick for Modra, and he could square the score up. He does. It's a good kick, Tony Modra. He kicks his first goal and scores a level in the early part of this game here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
Well, Adelaide look as if they're going to go directly to goal, although a couple of times they have ventured wide, but the idea, excuse me, is to go long, and this is what McDermott's doing. Tony Modra, his first.
7 Sports scoreboard, 1 goal apiece. Sydney and Adelaide. Modra with his goal, 70 for the season. Sydney towards Osborne, was he held on to? Looked something in that if Modra got it at the other end. The handball by Jamison to Hart, away to Lee. Lee to a vacant paddock. Murphy chasing it, will run it down, has a bit of time to steady, set something up with a handball. Higgins, Bone couldn't quite put a tackle on. Bayes dropped probably what he should have taken that time. Tregenza to Robrin to Liptak, hip and shoulder, should have put him down, didn't. Now Robrin's handball okay. Tregenza to centre half forward, too far this time for Hodges. Mooney in the front spot, Hodges chasing him down and out of play. Holmes there as well.
Mooney should have really laid a tackle on Tregenza out on that centre wings. We go down to Max Stevens on the boundary.
Rodney Maynard, a collarbone related, maybe an AC joint, straight into the rooms. I wouldn't expect he'll take any further part.
Boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Adelaide. Chance for Higgins to kick the ball clear, and he does with aplomb. Gathers about 45 metres and it goes over for a throw-in.
Begovic and Lawson
there for the Swans. Bone doing the ruck work now for Adelaide. Ruckman lock arms. McGuinness leaves it behind. Bone tries to take it with him. Now McGuinness. Can't do much with that, and we'll have another boundary throw-in. It's between wing and right half forward for the Adelaide side. Modra has kicked the goal, and Bayes has kicked the goal for the Swans. Bone doing the ruck work. McGuinness overruns it. Pressure by Daniels. Ball close to the line, and it's taken over by Bickley. And it looks as though it could be Scott Doreen there. There's Rowe on the bench for Adelaide. They've already made a change, as Max has reported. Unfortunately for the Crows, it looks like Maynard's in all sorts of trouble with that shoulder. That kick touched off the boot, so boundary throw in again. What a big job Bryce has got. He'd be giving away quite a few centimetres, I would think, to Wren. And there's interference by Paul Bryce, trying to get that front posse.
He's just got to get front position. He's too big to get over Wren.
Close. Was it out on the full? Yes.
Well, this is what's going to happen with Adelaide, Bruce. I think the fact that the area of the ground is not quite as big as Football Park, they're going to make a few errors like that.
Only played the once here at the Sydney Cricket Ground before. Wren in this front spot that time. Daniels tried to crash through. Here's Visca. His kick away towards Bone in the centre square. Two of their newcomers. Smart provides one lead. Modra goes again. Hodges at the back. Modra goes for it. Cut off well by Bryce. Jarman tries to crash his way through. Hodges puts a tackle on. Sydney over the top of it. Adelaide in there with him. And it'll be the umpires. Abbott and Ritchie tonight. We've been going about 8 minutes at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
16 handballs for Adelaide, 4 to the Swans.
Well, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? Adelaide
at 183 last week, I believe, against Geelong.
They touch the footy a lot all season. They've had some of the biggest possession getters in the competition. Anderson fights it with Daniels. It was a good one. And Bickley trying to break through.
And you just wonder how many of those effective or how many of those disposals are actually effective when a team can have 183 handballs in a game is something incredible.
Well, I did hear Tommy Hafey talking on the radio this morning about it, and he said that it's just absolutely impossible to have the whole lot of them effective. There's Higgins defending grandly for the Sydney side, and it's great to see him come back. He had a very severe injury, Leon Higgins. Donnie hurt his knee, didn't he, I think, Leon Higgins? Been out for a fair while. There's Wheeler trying to crash his way through, but Smart dispossesses that player and kicks it up to the full forward line. Well done by Holmes. Murphy is there to help him out. He's had 4 or 5 possessions already, David Murphy. He kicks high, but it's really ineffective because Rashudo marks and gets the handball away for Scott Lee. Lee in towards centre half forward. Marking contest. Hodges couldn't take it. It's kicked back by Dunkley. No one home for the Swans. The mark taken for Adelaide by Simon Tregenza.
Well, already those Sydney backmen, Dunkley and Mooney and Holmes, all playing shoulder to shoulder. A little loose last week on the Melbourne forwards.
Rashudo, his kick. Here's Andrew Jarman. Brilliant football. Well done, but he hits the post. A very, very clever player and extremely talented. There's Rodney Maynard, but I'm talking about Andrew Jarman. Maynard with his arm in a sling by the look of it. Adelaide lead by 1 point on the 7 Sports scoreboard.
And Sydney playing the huddle, centre half back now. They've broken.
McGovern, very, very low. Modra really should have taken it in the end. Gives away a fast handball towards Bickley and Bone. Bickley was going to give away a left-hand handball. Anderson didn't quite run onto it. McDermott's got it. High one from 50. It'll be to the goal square. Liptak outnumbered or behind for Adelaide. In front, though, after 10 minutes on the 7 Sports scoreboard. Now, Sydney players at Creswell getting some... Lawson is on.
Dean McRae.
So Lawson's... It's 8-6 here.
Paul Bryce covering a lot of ground. He was up in the forward pocket, just in the back pocket a little earlier.
Too high, surely. Kelly striving to force the ball clear. They're in a bit of trouble back there. You've got to make them hit the target a little bit better there, Paul. He's caught, well caught by Liptak. In goes Daniels. Was Andrew Jarman too severe? Yes.
Too high. There's bad skill by Kelly. That handball's a shocker along the ground.
He's missed the target by a long way, didn't he? Here's Daniels for the Swans at left half back, and he kicks it up towards the wing. No mark taken. Ball hits the ground. Chance for Bays. Nice to see him doing well up there on the half forward line. He's too good a player. Now the ball is nearly with Osborne. A struggle there for the Swans. He pushes his player out of the road. Handballs up towards the full forward line. Lawson goes in after the football.
Adelaide doing well in defence. They're getting numbers back. You can see there the Adelaide Guernseys. That's good to get back.
Visca kicks the ball clear for McGuinness. But well played Murphy. Chance now for the Swans. Down goes Lawson. Visca's tackle was very good. Now Murphy. Murphy's kick to the front of the goals. But Ben Hart, a great young player, just 18 years of age, marks at fullback.
McRae back on, and Ambrose has gone off for Sydney.
Ben Hart had some jobs to do in his short career. Ablett last week, he's had Lockett over the last couple of years. Bickley, did he get a push in the back? Scooped it out. Daniels runs onto it. Handball to Waters. Waters 70 metres from the goal. A centering kick, a good one. You could have picked with 3 of them there.
Did you get that out, Bruce?
I sure did, Robbo.
That was good footy there by the Swans.
Kelly, the captain, will kick from 52 metres right in front.
If this early part is any indication, then we're going to have a fantastic game of footy, aren't we?
They're competitive, there's no doubt about that in the early part of it. So Kelly, make it about 54 metres, won't quite make it. Osborne in the centre, big stretch from Wren. He'll be paid. Dennis Rich paying the mark, but the advantage coming back. And isn't this big giant important to the Adelaide Crows, Sean Wren? Short. Put some pressure on Visca. Handled it very well. Drop punt to centre wing. Bone tried to get rid of one. He did it all right too. Gives it off to Bickley running. Away to Lee. Leads everywhere. Modra! Couldn't quite hold it. Jarman tapped it towards Bickley again. Left-hand handball, didn't have pace. Lee, they had some options. They made a mess of it. Brunton's quick kick away. Murphy, good pressure there. Got it away towards McGuinness and Creswell. A dash here. McGuinness turns Creswell inside out. Goes from about 90 metres with a centering kick. Modra coming from nowhere. Interfered with Bryce. Not paid. Jumping on top of it is Dunkley. They claim him. It'll be a ball up.
Good by Dunkley there, and down on the boundary line. Rod Carter's got a report on the Swans injured player.
Yeah, Dean McRae had a facial laceration. The doctors did a great job here. They've stitched him up and had him out back on the field in less than a couple of minutes. It was great.
And just like inside the 50-metre line. Sorry, Don.
Just like changing a tyre at the Grand Prix.
Yes, good work there by the people down on the bench there, the medical staff. Murphy gets his 8th possession. He's had 6 kicks and 2 handballs already. Robran, well harassed by Lawson, but no one to help him. Scott Lee gets the hand pass away. Now Rashudo, a long kick by that player to the 50-metre line. At the back is Bryce. He punches it clear. Liptak in there, tries to effect a shepherd for McGuinness. McGuinness's kick drops in short, and a good mark taken by Holmes. A real desperado in the Swans lineup is this young man, Darren Holmes. He runs away and then gives the hand pass. Missed the target, but able to gather it was Higgins. He kicks it up towards the centre wing position where the mark is taken by Bays.
Bays, who kicked the first goal of the game, goes with a low drop punt. Doreen stretches and takes a beaut mark.
No one in the goal square.
Osborne running on. Here's a good-looking kick across towards Osborne. Hart got in the front spot. Jarman got back. Very good hands to Visca. Handball on towards Jamison. Jamison back to Jarman. Little left footer should be effective. It is. Finds his target in Robran. Gee, couldn't his dad play? Robran up to centre wing. One of the Adelaide players, Visca I think it is, struggling a bit behind play. Jarman runs it out.
I think he's just done his boot. He was just checking on his left boot that had nearly come off his foot. There's the Swans bench again.
So Wren to go at the back. Bryce was in the front. Jarman got first hands to it, couldn't do anything with it. Good tackle on McRae. You can see the bandage on him. Murphy swept it away, went through Wren. Bryce handballed very high. Waters under pressure, out on the ball. It's McGuinness from centre wing.
Yes, Tony McGuinness, already fairly prominent, but he's been under a bit of pressure with his possessions. He kicks the ball up near the 50-metre line. Liptak running onto it. Gathers it, but he's well tackled by Jason Mooney. Ball spills free for Wheeler. Wheeler, who loves to run with the footy, runs through centre half back and delivers it fairly long up towards half forward. Doreen is the player, but a free kick may have been given away. No, it is going to Doreen. No, back to Bays. Well, the Swans got it anyway. Forced forward, and a good mark taken back there by Ring.
Dropping on Osborne, and he's just too big, and Hart is just too manoeuvrable, so it's a 2-on-1 situation.
Well, they combine well, the Adelaide Crows, to get the ball clear. Here's Murphy again. The tackler was Bone. Ball spills for Tregenza. Tregenza's kick up towards half forward, but judging it very well back there for the Swans is Brunton. He runs clear, kicks it out to the wing, but gee whiz, they give it up a little bit too easily. Tregenza is there for the Adelaide side. He's kicking towards the centre, punched away from Bickley. Now a chance for Doreen. Doreen's kick towards full forward. Here's a chance for the Swans. Who's the quickest across the ground? McRae beaten for it by Ben Hart, but McRae goes after him to put some pressure on. In goes Daniels. The two redheads, Ben Hart and Daniels. McRae can't gather the footy. Daniels is into the action with desperation. He gets it clear. Well done. Bryce is there. Bryce's kick over his right shoulder. Outnumbered dramatically was Doreen. Now Scott Lee's handball. Bickley and Robran will clear for Adelaide.
Well done, Bays.
Some good defensive work by Adelaide too. Modra on a long lead. Well gathered round the body. Hodges a great chance if it sits. It does. What can he? Well, he could run right in and kick it. Left foot. Across the face. He should have run right into the goal and kicked it because the Sydney player was down and out. Surely. Waters' kick out towards Bryce, and Sydney with a chance now to make them pay.
How did the ball stay in the field of play? Amazing stuff.
Bryce Osborne the target again. Wren gets back. Here's Robran. Stops, props, gets caught, but gets the handball to Visca. Visca could square it to Jamison. Decides to go safety first to Bone. Got a good bounce. Gathered beautifully, cleverly. Twists it back, smart in the front spot. Wheeler with him, free kick smart.
Bad luck, Sanford Wheeler.
And behind play, Richard Osborne chopped a high one from Sean Wren when he went for that mark. Just readjusting his helmet. I don't know if he's too good, Osborne.
Modra, big fly, got 2-3 grabs, touch play on, the umpire says. Jarman gives away another free kick.
Andrew Jarman's got to be a little bit more disciplined. I know he's quite fierce with his attempts there, but giving away a couple of free kicks. There's one for Anderson, and he plays on quickly. Loves to do that, Greg Anderson, and he thumps it in towards full forward. No mark taken. Now the pressure on the Swans' defence. Dunkley's under a little bit of pressure. The kick smothered beautifully by Liptak, but chipping into clear now for the Swans is Mooney, and his kick not bad. The mark sliding over the boundary line is taken by Paul Bryce.
But they're doing well, those Sydney Swans. They're a little, as I mentioned earlier, a little loose last week. Dunkley, Holmes, Mooney, but gee, they're tightened up, improved in a week.
Kick in towards the centre, an excellent mark taken. Third in line by Wren. Away for Jamison. Jamison, good kick, very skillful. And he finds Liptak about 55 metres from goal. Short pass, too short. Swans take it away. Murphy away for Waters. Waters 50 metres from the Adelaide goal. Kicks it clear out towards the right half forward region. The pace, Lawson. McRae at the back. Just a little lackadaisical, but he gets clear. Now onto the right foot and kicks it in towards centre half forward. Well done. The mark was taken there for the Swans by Creswell.
He is a great kick of the football, Dean McRae. I watched him early in the year against St Kilda at Waverley, and his delivery off centre wing is spot on. he can get the ball a little bit more, he'd really cut a team apart. Great kick by Dean McRae.
Well, a chance for the Swans to get back the lead. They trail by just 2 points at the moment. Cresswell's kick clears the players in the goal square, and it's a goal. So on the 7 Sports scoreboard, the Swans are 2 goals, 12 points. Adelaide are 1-2-8.
Well, in basketball parlance, I'll have to shoot a few three-pointers, kick them from out 50, because they're not doing too well on the full forward line, Sydney. And here's McRae getting it across to Cresswell. Just inside 50, maybe in 2-point range.
Sydney in front on the 7 Sports scoreboard. It's 2 goals, 12 points to 1-2-8. Adelaide go forward with a high kick. Modra, big leap, Hodges with him. Sydney defence doing particularly well. Murphy to Brunton, away again, up towards centre wing. Jamison and Bays. Jamison tries to tap it back out of play. Been playing over 21 minutes, just 3 goals in this game. Ambrose on the interchange, replaced by Lawson. Wren's tap back to Robran. Robran's long one towards Smart in the front spot. Wheeler gives away a free kick.
Again, a very, very iffy decision there.
Modra provides a lead. He's got a great chance. Good kick. Modra takes an easy mark out in front of Dunkley.
Poor Bryce just got to get back a little bit quicker and help out those backs, because there's a big hole, and here's the kick into that hole. And look, Modra can lead in there with confidence, and Bryce has just got to get in, or Sydney defenders have got to get back and fill up the holes, as Adelaide are doing down the other end of the ground.
70 goals for the season. 5 times this year he's kicked 7 or more. Twice he's kicked 10. Leans back on a drop punt. It's very close. He's hit the post. So another poster for Adelaide, just like Jarman earlier on. Modra with 1-1. Didn't have his kicking boot on last Sunday night. And with just over 5.5 minutes remaining, it's Sydney 2 goals to Adelaide 1-3.
Now what are they going to make of this? They're playing the huddle, as we see there at centre-half back. Sydney now the breaks on. They missed the last one up. Geez, very slow bringing it in.
Well, it's all very well, but that kick has got to be extremely accurate. And McGovern's kick finds Kelly in the right back pocket.
There's Bryce by himself.
The kick goes for Mooney. Mooney's able to break clear of half back. Good kick too, up towards half forward, no mark taken. Jamison dispossessed, but he's able to get the hand pass away eventually to Robran. Robran's sweeping hand pass is good, gives McGuinness the chance. His kick in towards full forward, and an excellent mark taken by Dunkley. Away for Higgins, then Waters. Waters in the last line of defence and kicks it wide where Tregenza has taken the mark on centre wing. Simon Tregenza already with 6 possessions.
Jarman the target, used his body pretty well, then couldn't quite hold it. Put a tackle on Doreen, puts another tackle on Brunton. Lip tack goes to ground. Waters over the top. Smart gets a high ball out. Modra's got a chance. Oh, would have been a great mark. Bryce did get back that time, Don. Here comes Bone with an opportunity, and held up. Creswell's one of the men there, and well done by Holmes as well.
And also Dunkley down there got the ball out.
Maynard looking on. Hasn't missed a match, as we said, in 3 years on the boundary line. McGuinness gets one back. Dunkley took a chance, got a reasonable bounce. Did it very well. Gets rid of it with a long kick out towards half-back. Tregenza was the spoiler. Free kick for Kelly. The captain again at half-back.
A real desperado, Paul Kelly. No wonder the Swans elected to appoint him captain of this team. Kick into the centre of the ground, and the mark is taken by Bryce. Bryce with a fairly fierce look on his face. Up towards full forward. Osmond can't take it. Neither can Ben Hart. Away go Adelaide. It finishes with Bickley then in the centre as well.
Oh, he's gone.
Not penalised?
Yes, it is. Well tackled by Jason Daniel.
Terrific work by Daniels. Now another chance for the Swans to kick it forward. It was Mooney. Up towards full forward. Excellent mark, McRae.
He did well last week in the first half, McRae. A little quiet in the second half. Built like Tarzan, this man.
You're waiting for a rider there, Bruce Ware.
I was just waiting for the next sentence. Let's hope he kicks a goal.
Go Dean McRae. He goes for goal. The kick is ordinary, and it's touched back there. And it's through for a 1 behind. So the Swans 2-1. Lead Adelaide, who are 1 goal free. The kick in finds Jamison with 3 minutes left.
Smothered. Doreen got his hand to it. Daniels trapped it. Couldn't quite hang on. Visca well played. Little handball okay. McDermott's been quiet. High one. Smart the target. Big stretch. Went one-handed. Brunton gets back in front of Jarman.
Oh, well done.
Did it very well, Don, didn't he? Swept it out to Higgins. Higgins takes a chance. Takes on Bone and handballs over the line. Good play by Bone to hold him up.
Gee, a win makes a difference, doesn't it? These players playing with a lot of confidence. Sydney now.
Overtime on in the old language. It's 2-1-1-3, 13-8 on the 7 Sports scoreboard. Missed by Creswell. McGuinness was in there. So was Bickley. Remember, both these teams played last Sunday. They haven't had long to get over those big wins. The bodies might be a bit weary and tired, out of bounds. Bone in the front spot. Mooney at the back. Mooney wins the tap. Bickley overran it. Well played, Rodman. Gets it to Anderson. Kick touched off the boot. Play on call.
Yeah, top effort by McGovern. The ball is in centre-half forward for Adelaide.
He's resurrected his career, Murphy. Really has resurrected that career.
The umpire forced to bounce. Umpires Michael Abbott and Dennis Rich. Smart over the top. Free kick. It's going to Adelaide. The ruckman being held out of that, I'd guess. And the free kick will go to the big fellow, Randall Bone.
Likely type, isn't he?
Big boy. Not a very good kick, but it's falling in short where Modra, out in front, takes a very easy mark.
Well, you give them a rap and they let you down. And that was Dunkley. Jarman coming off for Adelaide and Rowe coming on. But boy, he was loose again. That's what he did last week with Jakovic.
So Modra is about 25 metres out directly in front. Shoots for goal, and he's kicked 2. So 2 goals to Tony Modra, 1 each for the Swans, kicked by Creswell and Mark Bays. And on the 7 Sport scoreboard, Adelaide lead by 2 points.
Really, when you're a backman, you just got to stay shoulder to shoulder. Don't try and back yourself in until you know where the ball is going to go. And on that occasion, the ball dropped short, and Dunkley was behind Modra. Just got to stay with him.
It's Adelaide by 2 points. It's 2-3 to 2-1. Late in the first quarter, Wren wins the tap. Oh, the hip and shoulder was okay on McDermott, but the handball was terrific to Bickley, Hodges and Modra. Hodges coming across the front. Creswell's quick kick away. Here's Murphy. The handball to Waters. It was slow getting there. Waters back towards Murphy again, missing the target. And sloppy play all round there by Sydney and over the boundary line.
Bruce earlier tonight, Hawthorn reserves 124, 21-64 to the Swans 5-9-39. And Dermot Burrett, unfortunately, has pulled a hamstring. His hip, okay.
Smart.
Good tackle.
It was by Wheeler. Held it up.
He's doing well, isn't he? Sanford Wheeler.
Seconds remaining in the opening term. And it has been competitive, with Adelaide leading by 2 points. Siren sounds. So the quarter time score is Adelaide 2-3-15, leading Sydney 2-1-13.
McRae in the chin.
Start of the second quarter with the 7 Sport scoreboard. 2-1 Sydney, 2-3 Adelaide. Sydney quickly into attack. Oh, great mark by Bryce, a finger-tipper. Terrific mark.
Well read by Kelly. He got it out. That tap down from Wren. So he's now playing in the ruck, and Bryce at centre-half forward.
It'll be just the quick start Sydney wanted here. They worked hard in the opening term to stay with Adelaide. Bryce from about 40 metres. Oh. Lazy kick, misses badly.
Sliced that, didn't he?
Like a 9-9 too, Don. It didn't get much distance.
I was going to say, with Maynard off the ground, Don, it's just upset their defence a little bit.
Well, I don't know about, well, I suppose you could say that, but I'm impressed with the way they're getting numbers back there, Adelaide, especially in that first quarter. They were 5-2 on occasions, the Swans being outnumbered.
Kick in has been marked by Lee, away for Visca. Visca's kick is good penetration, up towards half forward, no mark taken. Crumb's nearly gathered by Rowe, but he's been interfered with by Leon Higgins, and Rowe will take the free kick. So Stephen Rowe, who started on the interchange bench, is kicking towards full forward. Up goes Modra, couldn't take the mark. Chance there for Hodges, gets the handball clear for Liptak. Well tackled, ball spills free. Now a chance is for McGovern. McGovern's kick goes wide, and if that's not a mark, I think it will be paid anyway by Kelly. Play on now. McDermott going crook in the background. The kick in towards centre half forward. Taken by Jamieson. Spins out of trouble.
That's
he's caught. Well done. Back to Begovic. Now Kelly. Bays. And the kick eventually by Brunton. Up towards full forward. The race on between Ben Hart and Richard Osborne. And the ball pushed over for a throw-in.
And Ben Hart just a little too quick for Richard Osborne.
What a great young player he is, Ben Hart. I think you said on the way up in the plane, Bruce, that he hasn't missed a game.
Turns 19 next week. Hasn't missed since he made his debut at the beginning of 92. Rookie of the year. Rasciuto, another 18-year-old. Goes with a long kick into the centre square. Wheeler took a chance. Rowe couldn't quite take it. Waters gets back cleverly. Now McGovern gets around McDermott. A long handball was a good one. Wheeler sprints away and goes for goal, and Bryce. Is that play on? It is, and it's over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Bryce a couple of times creating some problems for Adelaide.
Gee, they're keen, the Swan supporters, eh, Bruce?
8,250 here tonight. And up on the board a moment ago, McGuinness tries to get through. Left foot off the ground by Begovic, across the ground and out of play.
And what Bays is doing, he's playing on the ball, but he's also taking Wren down onto the half-forward line. So they've got two big fellows across half-forward. Bryce and Bays. Sydney.
Wren to do battle with Bays now. Bryce lurking in the background. Wren gets rid of Bays, then shrugs one tackle, gives it to Bickley, squeezes a kick out. An important chase here. Daniels and Anderson. Daniels wins his way to the front. Anderson interferes with him. Daniels with him, a good contest. Osborne comes up from full forward. His left foot as a century, one of beauty. Well played to Creswell.
Oh, that was well done. Well won initially by Osborne. Watch this, well done. And then the kick.
Not a bad effort there by Jason Daniels either, just to make sure that contest was fierce.
Creswell from 35 metres has already kicked one goal and gives that a bit of a hook and misses. So Bryce and Creswell have missed. They've had two very good chances to take the lead here. And on the 7 Sports scoreboard, it's all tied up at 2-3 apiece.
Begovic has gone off. He started in the second quarter for Sydney, and Ambrose has come back on.
A couple of crucial misses there, I feel. Adelaide side breathing a sigh of relief as Ben Hart kicks in, goes in short. Scott Lee nearly chased down by Doreen, but they've messed this up. Lee close to the boundary line. Handball away. They're a chance now. McDermott and McGuinness. Gee, you get really used to calling those two players. Feeding the ball to one another. Scott Waters tries to get it out for Daniels. Held when he didn't have it was Jason Daniels. Matthew Liptak shakes his head.
And well done by Wheeler behind. Not too many defenders punch now, but it was terrific play.
Oh dear, what a leap by Robrin. Takes the mark across half back for the Adelaide team. Matthew Robrin, short kick, finds Anderson, runs away with the footy. He's at centre half back. Little tap on the ground, then kicks the ball to centre half forward. Smart, punched away by Wheeler, gathered by Murphy. Brilliant football, David Murphy. Gives Higgins the chance. That kick smothered off the boot. Anderson, handball wide. McDermott between centre half back and the centre of the ground. Scott Lee, short pass is pretty good. Out into the path of Rowe. A real goal kicker, but this time his short pass is too short. Waters is there to break it down. Away goes Dunkley. Dunkley's kick off the hooks the ball. Well, it probably wasn't too bad when you think that he didn't really have too much to kick to. And it's now a one-on-one situation on centre wing for the Swans.
And Scott Waters playing as a loose man across half back for Sydney.
John Kennedy came here during the week and addressed the players. And I reckon they were 2 foot taller after the address. They felt as if their sights had been raised. And Sydney are going with Adelaide here. To the ground, Visca then ducked his head. They're over the top of him. Free kick.
I saw Derek Kickett get penalised for doing that about 2 weeks ago.
Short to Robran at half-back. Robran to play on. So athletic. Goes to half-forward. Bone and Smart the targets. Big stretch by Smart. Jarman back on. Left the handball out to Tregenza. To McDermott. He should do something effective. Modra and Rowe were the targets. Dunkley gave it a big thump, didn't he? McDermott to get it back, though. Quick kick. Waters should take it. Underneath it. Held his ground and took a good mark in front of Modra.
Doing well, Scott Waters. 8 kicks and 3 hand passes. And into the most prodigious kick of the football in the team, Bays. And it's a good one. He's found Osborne. It really was a good kick by Bays. We've come to expect that, of course. And have a look at this. Don't they love Richard Osborne?
Actually, that whole passage of play was terrific. There was a terrific tackle by Kelly, which allowed Waters to mark the ball half-back. A good pass by Waters to Bays. And Bays a long kick to Osborne. And Osborne just out-positioning Hart. That's how you want the ball delivered if you're forward.
It was a good mark in the finish, so let's hope he can cap it off. A lovely kick. There's a goal. So Richard Osborne kicks his first goal for the evening and Sydney lead by 6 points.
Yes, lacking a bit in the pace department now, Richard Osborne. He was tremendously quick as a youngster. Here's the passage. There was a good tackle initially by Kelly. Caused the turnover. Waters got it. Now this kick by Bays good, because what it did was allow Osborne just a nudge, as you can see there. Hart out of the action.
Sydney lead by 6 points. McDermott, Bickley, kick towards full forward, punched away. High in the air, back near the centre of the ground. Bays, Adelaide outnumbering. Kelly, slick hand pass, Murphy. Now he settles and kicks it towards the half-forward area, and a good mark taken by Bryce. He's able to play on, kicks it towards full forward. The ball nearly at the back. Ambrose in trouble, falls over. Away goes Rashudo. His short pass is effective, and the mark is taken by Robbery.
Great play by Rashudo there. The take was excellent, the kick perfect. Robin towards Smart. Wheeler's been effective. Smart on the second grab, tried to get a kick away. Murphy's handball outstanding to Waters. Then sold a bit of one to Jarman. Left foot into a vacant space. Good take by Doreen to Bryce. Set him up beautifully. Well, Osborne provided a lead and Bryce blazed away. And it's out. Not a good play by Bryce.
And Richard Osborne just a little disappointed after he'd made that lead and it was ignored.
Could have gone right down his throat. Wouldn't that have been nice?
I think this place would have erupted.
They've adopted him. It's been a long time for someone to take Warwick Kappa's place. Bickley, well done. Visca, again, well done to McGuinness with run. McGuinness from half-back to centre wing.
Not a bad kick, but no one back there for Adelaide, and the mark is taken by Jason Mooney. And he plays on. Not a bad kick either, in towards half-forward. Oh, Bays! Gee, that would have been a real good one if he'd have been able to take that. Lee, dispossessed by Bays. He goes after it again. Gathers it, then gives the hand pass away. Doreen to put pressure on Anderson. Anderson nowhere to go. He's forced to kick quickly. And it goes wide and off the boot of those two players, maybe, but it bounces just inside for a throw-in.
And this is what we were used to seeing from Sydney about 4 years ago when Tom Hafey had them. They were the best tackling side in the business, and they're putting the opposition under some real pressure. Look at that tackle from Bays.
Got to go back a little bit more than 4, I think, for Tommy Hafey's day. Jamison in towards McDermott. Good play. The build-up here. Tregenza could go for goal, and that's exactly what he does. And it could have bounced through. I think it has. It's a goal to Adelaide. Kicked by Simon Tregenza. And in a very interesting tussle, the scores are level on the 7 Sports scoreboard.
Well, it's interesting to see a lot of Adelaide people across here supporting their team. The build-up. McDermott, one bounce on this, two bounces on this treacherous surface. And just getting there, I thought Dunkley may have got a hand to it, but the umpire said no. Contra-Genza's first.
3-3 apiece. Infringement in the centre square. Which way's it going? To Adelaide, to Wren. Missed a lot of footy early in the season. Played the opening game, went off injured against Richmond, and took forever to come back. So important to Adelaide.
Sorry, Bruce, someone should go over and pick up Scott. Oh, he's going over now, McRae. Very slow to go and pick him up.
And playing over 11 and a half minutes. And scores all tied up at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Wren's kick, Rodman in the box, it should take it. He does. Grimaces as he goes back to take his kick. And a fight going on at centre half forward here, with McGuinness involved and McDermott and Bone, the Adelaide players, as Rodman goes back off the side of the boot. Jarman almost a one-hander. Waters got in there to put the pressure on. Dunkley was interfered with surely by Rowe, and a free kick coming back for Sydney.
He's giving away a lot of free kicks, Jarman.
Well, Waters getting that off Jarman. Rowe also interfering with Dunkley off the play. Waters' kick back to the centre square. Visca versus Doreen. Well played by Visca. The handball by McDermott was slick to Bickley. Looking for options. Well played, Bickley. Held it up and then put it right down Hodges' throat.
Gee, there were some quick hands in there.
The McDermott one.
McDermott. It was unbelievable by Chris McDermott.
What are you saying, Robbo?
What a throw.
I think he got his fist to it.
Looked like it, didn't it?
Yes.
So Hodges directly, well, almost directly in front, gives it a hook and misses. Not what you'd expect from a man who's there to kick goals. Liptak looking on, and Hodges misses a great chance for Adelaide. But Sydney's had a couple down the other end earlier on, and it's 3-4 to 3-3.
There's an Adelaide player on the edge of the square who is injured. He's going to limp off the ground. Is it Visca? No, he's going to stay back on, but he is still limping on centre wing.
Visca it is, Don. As Sydney to bring her back in. The Swans trailing by a point. McGovern.
No one really to kick to, so he's going to... Oh, he nearly went for the long one. Still a little bit undecided. Now he goes straight down the ground. They've got 2-on-1. The ball comes to the back. McRae. Short pass. No mark. Could get it again. He does. Dean McRae from outside 50 goes for the long kick. Ben Hart gets back and he will clear for Adelaide. Very, very athletic young player is Ben Hart. Kick out towards half back. The mark is taken by Bickley. Daniels looking to hold play up. Bickley goes for Anderson. In turn McDermott. McDermott's at right half back. His kick goes in towards centre half forward. It goes through all those players. In a bit of a jumble there. Scott Waters gets back. Can't control the football. This man nearly can, but in comes Dunkley, and a free kick is going to the Swans to be taken by, looks like, Dunkley.
And Liptak on for Adelaide, and Visca has gone off, I think, to get that ankle treated.
Bickley, sweeping hand pass. Rowe dives on it, now leaves it behind. McGovern there, so is Bryce. Chance for Cresswell, but Liptak into the action. McGovern appealing for the free kick, and he will receive it.
Bryce is by himself.
Looking to play on. That's the direction the kick goes in. Bryce is 2 kicks from goal. Short pass. Too wide for Richard Osborne. And in a day when you really have to be able to land the football on your teammate's chest from that distance, that was a poor kick by Paul Bryce. Visca on the interchange bench there, we saw just a moment ago. For Adelaide, Bryce over the back was Ambrose, but Wren takes it away. Now Nigel Smart looks as though he may be back in defence. The ball still at left half forward for the Swans, and Jason Daniels, no, it's Leon Higgins, and he's being penalised, and that could nearly be 50 metres.
The act of frustration.
Robin's made the swap with Smart. Robin to centre half forward and Smart into defence.
Well, it's Nigel Smart with the football, and he's going to put this right up onto that full forward line. Pass, looking for Modra, punched away by Dunkley, picked up by Cresswell. This is a bit risky. The kick's got to be good, it is. The mark is taken by Murphy. He's being asked to play on. He kicks it long, out towards the wing. They've got 2-on-2, so they're a bit of a chance, the Swannies here. Away goes Kelly. He's kicking towards the forward pocket. Oh, that's not a mark. It's a free kick anyway. Taken there by Richard Ambrose. 50 metres from goal. And Ambrose, short pass, too short, chopped off by McDermott, who got back there to help his fellow defenders out.
Did that well, Adelaide. They had Scott Lee in the hole and also McDermott. They get numbers back. There's Scott Lee.
Again in the hold on and takes the mark. Been playing over 16 and a half minutes now. Lee's kicked very close to the boundary line. Bounces in before Bone can get there. Out of play right in front of us. In between half-back and centre wing. So Adelaide by a point. 3-4 to 3-3. Low scoring. Tense match at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Smart works his way to the front. Bryce at the back. Smart tried to carry it forward. Murphy clever. Has played very well tonight. Swings it back. Wren sets himself. Did a terrific job. To McDermott gathering possession. To Bickley. Up towards Robin. Big stretch. Great mark. Held onto it. Hurt himself.
He's done himself.
Oh, he's in trouble. Have a look at him. Oh, poor Matthew Robin.
Wow. Look at the way he goes down here.
Broken his leg.
I think he's I hate to say it, but I think he's broken his leg.
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it?
Oh.
He screamed for the stretcher and it's coming out now. What shocking luck.
It was a terrific mark, Bruce.
Oh, he's a terrific young player.
Oh,
that's a tragedy, isn't it?
Wretched luck. What wretched luck.
So Matthew Robin has to just sit and wait now. Be an excruciating pain, and this is going to hurt as he gets onto the stretcher, remembering that Maynard's out of business as well. So you've got Maynard and Robin.
Just interesting that they made that swap, and Sanford Wheeler there, maybe he was just starting to get used to minding Nigel Smart.
Well, he beat Smart.
Yep.
He killed Smart.
Yep.
Brian Sando there on the left, and there's Rodney Maynard looking on. So two very important players
and
for
another
Adelaide.
one, Bruce, there, Visca, had come off about 5 minutes ago with what looked to be a bit of an ankle injury himself. So they could be down to 17 players here.
Watch this on replay. There he goes. It's a good mark. Little consolation, though, when you've done your leg like that. And I don't think we'll see him until next year. Straight over the boundary line.
And Visca's certainly not ready to come on. I think he's now putting his sock on and his boot.
So that's down there, down to 17.
As Robin's going off, and they're getting Visca ready to come on, Adelaide. So this is a real blow. Poor Matthew Robin. Bone with the footy, and Visca getting his boot on and about to come out. So Adelaide effectively at the moment with 17 men.
Well, no chance Maxie Stevens could pull a jumper on, is there? Down on the boundary line?
I hope not for Adelaide's point of view. They might be better with just a 17.
Oh, he's a terrific player in the St Kilda under-19s, Max.
Bone, high one to fall forward, big fly. Modra tried to get his hand to it. Rowe went off the ground, still Rowe, well played Rowe. It's rolling, he chased it all the way.
And he's in with the crowd.
Well, I hope he hasn't hurt himself.
He mightn't get up.
They'll be down to 16. He's back. Oh, that was a tough effort by Rowe. He chased and chased and chased. And Adelaide by 2 points on the 7 Sports scoreboard. And still they're getting Visca ready to come back on, if he can in fact come back on.
Actually, they're strapping his ankle up. He'll have to just prop in the forward pocket.
Well, the pendulum's swinging now to Sydney, isn't it? With Maynard.
Well, it's going to be a real test for them tonight now, with those players very much restricted. The kick in, Bayes, good mark. They've got to get 2 or 3 goals quickly, the Swans, to take advantage. Smart back at centre half back. Back to Smart, taken by that player, and his kick goes towards centre half forward. Marking contest, they can't take it. It's McGovern, a kick across the half back line. They've got a loose player, they've got to take advantage of it, the Swans. Kelly, sweeping hand pass, Bayes onto that left foot, kicks it high, in towards centre half forward. But Adelaide have got 3 players on 1. McRae was the Swans player, Jamieson and McDermott combined. McDermott's in the centre of the ground. They're making the attacks, which is good. Up towards full forward, looking there for Modra. Taken there by Dunkley. An awkward-looking kick goes back into the centre where Jamieson marks. Away for Rashudo. In turn, Wren. He's caught. Down he goes.
Well done, Wren.
Ambrose couldn't take it. McGuinness is in there. And now Rashudo The player wide at centre wing on his own is Scott Lee. He's able to run. One bounce. Attacking is Begovic, but Lee gets the hand pass. Bickley's run in support. 50 metres from goal. Bickley goes, and Bickley may have kicked a goal. A terrific kick by Mark Bickley, and it's Adelaide creating the offensive. They lead by 8 points.
And Visca has come back on as Bickley. There is Visca wandering down to the forward pocket. In actual fact, on this ground, because it is so small, you could get away with a player playing dead in the forward pocket. He's going to take a man out of the action, and that's going to be Wheeler.
Four, 5-3-3, Max Stevens, Matthew Rodman's condition.
Well, at this stage, all I can report is it's leg-related, unfortunately. I'll have to keep you up to date at half-time. And, of course, Mark Visca, a right ankle worry.
How fit is he, Max, do you reckon? We'll get lip tackle.
Visca shouldn't be on the ground, Bruce.
OK, Wheeler's got it.
There's his opponent. That's Visca's opponent, Matthew Wheeler. Can't even chase Visca.
Good kick to Kelly. As Robbo said, Sydney have got to get something on the board here. They've got Adelaide down to 17. And Bryce takes it over the line, and they've got a chance here, Sydney, to kick away, yet they trail by 8 points.
And Sydney falling down across half forward. They're getting it there, but Adelaide are getting numbers across half back and just run the ball out.
I'd blame the players kicking the ball up to them, just kicking it at random.
Wren. Now Tregenza, the tackle by Murphy. Tregenza's free kick. He's allowed to play on. Back to Smart, who looks more comfortable tonight across half back. Lee. Jamison, oh, good handball. McDermott away. Modra's on a long lead. McDermott goes sideways to McGuinness. We know he's a thumping kick. He does just that. Visca's there with courage. Dunkley took a chance. Could Visca get it over the top? Well, he tried his heart out. It's a behind. It's 4-6. Adelaide, remembering Visca injured with an ankle problem, and Sydney at 3-3.
Dunkley should have punched the ball in.
30-21. McGovern to bring it back in. Low scoring match, 23 minutes played in this, the second term.
82 handballs to 33 in favour of Adelaide. So they're heading for another 180 handball game. Here's McGovern. Well, the crowd just getting a little restless. McGovern goes long and kicks it well outside 50 metres. No one there. Bayes has got 2 players to contend with. Scott Lee breaks the tackle. He's picking up a number of possessions, and he goes long from 50 metres. Oh, it's close. It's hit the post. So Scott Lee doing very well. He's had 15 possessions, roaming across the centre of the ground, and a few of the Adelaide Crows supporters here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. 31 plays 21 on the 7 Sport scoreboard, and we've got 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
They're playing a 5-man forward line, Sydney. They've got their two. They've got Osborne and Ambrose in the forward pocket. Across half forward, McRae, Doreen and Bryce.
This kick in is a little better, and the mark is taken by Murphy. Goes for Waters. Waters in turn for Holmes. Holmes is at right half back. Short kick, and the mark is taken very well by Cresswell, who was doing a reasonable job tagging Tony McGuinness. Cresswell's kick in towards half forward, punched away by Hart. Missed by McRae. Ball rebounds Bickley. McGuinness a good gather. A very important possession by Tony McGuinness. He's had 9 kicks and 2 hand passes. The ball is at half forward. Hodges. Now Waters. Hodges interfered with as Waters.
Why didn't he punch initially, Waters? He tried to mark that from behind. Had he have punched the ball away, it would have at least been out of the vicinity of Hodges. A free kick, they wouldn't have turned it over. Look, tries to mark.
Well, it's Holmes who was the infringer on that occasion, and Hodges will shoot for goal from just inside 50. He kicks from right on the line, and it goes across the face, and that could be a free kick against Modra, so that score will not count, and it'll be taken by Dunkley as the umpire, who had called play on, who had called time on rather. Will ask Dunkley to go back and kick it into play once again.
He's got to kick over the mark.
So the ball will come back for Andrew Dunkley to go through the proceedings once again.
And McGovern should be running off Visca. Visca can't chase. Now look at McGovern just standing in the back pocket, offering nothing.
Awkward kicking style there. Andrew Dunkley gets good distance. Bayes over the back. Chance for Kelly. Paul Kelly and Chris McDermott. I would say McDermott having the better of that duel so far.
Well, you wouldn't believe, but a fellow came into the tab at Hastings through the week. He used to play with Dunkley and said he was a left footer as a kid, and they've changed him around to a right footer. Perhaps that's why he's such an awkward kick.
That's what happened to David Graham as a golfer, wasn't it, Bruce? He was a left-hander. They changed him to a right-hander, and he won a US Open and a US PGA, I think.
Still the only Australian to have won a US Open. So, Don, it works sometimes.
So what are you saying about Dunkley? He could win what, Bruce?
Well, I'm not sure if he'll win a major.
US Open.
I'm not sure if he'll win a major. It's out of play, but he's got a big heart.
I don't think you can win too many golf tournaments kicking a football.
No, it'd be like hitting off with a putter each time, wouldn't it? A wobbly old putter at that. A half forward. Wren went early, got a big thump away. Adelaide's doing a great job considering the circumstances. Wheeler runs away, touches it on the ground. That's taking advantage of a loose man. Very poor kick though. Tregenza waits. Still Tregenza, held on to by Murphy. Still Tregenza paddling it in front of him. Then gets a little kick away. Bickley has to chase hard. Begovic is there. Daniels to provide a Shepherd. Does provide a little one. McGuinness off the ground. Well played, kept it in. Very well done, McGuinness. Brilliantly played. Bickley. Now, Rowe should shepherd. Anderson should give it to Rowe. He does. Rowe to go for goal. He's usually a good kick. That's a beauty! What a goal! Great kick, Stephen Rowe. And you've got to admire Adelaide at the moment. Down to 17 men, and they're responding like a good team.
Well, that goal should go down to that little man there. He kept it in. He used his soccer tactics, just chipped the ball out, then followed it on. He did exceptionally well, Tony McGuinness on centre wing. And there's the fruits of his work, a goal through Rowe.
Well, Stephen Rowe, who loves to kick goals, gets the 5th one on the board for Adelaide. It's up towards full forward. Osborne, hand pass. Kelly's got to kick a goal here. Oh, it's a shocking kick. And if there's one criticism that I have of some of these Sydney Swans players, it's they're just very, very ordinary kicking into the forward line. Kelly should have nailed that.
Well, let me tell you, it has improved.
Jamieson to McGuinness. Had to wait a little while, but got there. He's starting to become more and more effective, McGuinness, with McDermott in the second term. Smart the target. It went over their heads. Mooney, left foot, high one. Back to the 50-metre line. McGuinness sits underneath it, takes it, runs away from Daniels. He's a great player, McGuinness. Goes out to centre wing. Jarman, he can't get into the game. Neither can Hodges. He's had a couple of shots for goal, missed both, and it's out of play at centre wing.
Good contest between McDermott and Holmes.
Look at Wheeler by himself in the 50-metre semicircle. They've got 2 players in the full forward line, Adelaide, but nobody on Wheeler.
A little give by Anderson to McGuinness, who looked for a free kick. Bickley tried a little toe poke, didn't work. Well played by Sydney. They got it over to Daniels, to Kelly. Kelly's kick to Osborne on a long lead. This should suit Hart. Got a reasonable bounce. Oh, well played. Rasciuto now under pressure. The handball by Hart was not all that good. Rasciuto gets it back. Hart under pressure. Osborne gives him a little shove, out of play.
He's just too good, Hart, isn't he?
Yeah, but again, that kick that came in for Osborne has got to be closer to hitting him on the chest. It missed by 15 metres.
Actually, it's interesting. Scott Lee's the loose man in Adelaide's back line. Wheeler the loose man in the Sydney back line.
Bayes gets it down. McRae snap. Touched by Rasciuto. Out of play. Well done, the 18-year-old in the pocket. There's McRae.
I think sometimes your attitude just lowers a little bit when you see the opposition really crippled by injury, and that's what's wrong with the Swans. Their fierceness is just not there since those injuries to Maynard, Robran and Visca. Here's Bayes, and eventually they get a goal.
And Anderson claiming he touched that ball, but the umpire given the all clear. It was a good effort by Bayes going onto his natural foot, the left foot. Here he is, he contested, followed up well, Bayes. The ball comes out by himself, evades a tackle and bang over his head. Good effort, Bayes. He has improved this last couple of weeks.
So it's back to just 9 points the difference. Kelly breaks clear, kicking towards full forward. That's a little better, nearly taken by Ambrose. Osborne's hand pass chopped off by Liptak. Away goes Jamieson for the Crows, out towards the wing. Rowe and McGovern. Cresswell, a little tap, not far enough to the advantage of his teammate, but Cresswell will receive a free kick. He's too far out to score, but he'll kick it inside the 50-metre area. Now a chance for Liptak. Little hand pass. McGuinness misses his teammate. Bays, Wren, Risciuto, Liptak, and now Lee. Combination of players there, and away goes Scott Lee. Little hand pass for McGuinness. The pass is a little too high for Modra. Back goes Wheeler, forced to kick with the left foot. Clears it. Is it effective? Cresswell trying to affect the Shepherd. Away goes Daniels. Daniels kick up towards half forward. Nearly Mooney. Now chance for Wren. He gets past McRae, the big fellow. Well done. And a short pass, nearly taken by McDermott. Tackled by Higgins, not bad. McDermott effective to Wren. Liptak, ineffective, but Wren gets there and makes it something. Anyway, away goes McGuinness. Sweeping hand pass. Bickley could easily score. And Bickley kicks another goal for the Crows.
I just cannot understand why there are so many loose men on both sides. There's been a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1 situation, and Adelaide had so many players around. Sydney, when they came out of defence a little earlier, had numbers around the ball too. Look, not a Sydney man inside as McGuinness gets the ball and finally across to Bickley, unattended. And that's his second goal, I think, Bickley. Yes, he has kicked two.
7 Sports scoreboard. Adelaide 6-7 to 4-4. Bickley with a couple of goals for the Crow. Wins that handball to McDermott, to Jamison, who was held up well by Mooney. Wren went to ground. Kelly comes away. The captain should go. Goes with a drop punt and misses again. Well, they've had some chances.
They were kicking those last week in the third quarter. Sydney.
Mike Willisey in the picture there, looking on. I'm sure they were all pretty pleased with last week's performance, but oh, golly, they've had some chances. Kelly with 17 possessions, but 2 critical shots for goal in the dying seconds of this second quarter.
Hart's high one. Wren is his target. We're under a half a minute remaining in the first half. A goal for Sydney would be very handy. McDermott holds it up. Little handball. Liptak runs away. His handball okay to McGuinness. Back towards Liptak. Well, lots of numbers there. Now Cresswell. Still Adelaide with a chance to Tregenza. Could Adelaide score the goal? To Smart. They need an effective touch here. Smart. Hodges underneath it with Holmes. Over the top, Modra. Time running out for Adelaide. Off the ground. Again off the ground by Hodges. Is it a behind? It is. A point to Adelaide. Right on siren time, and there goes the siren. So at half-time, in what has been a dramatic first half, Adelaide at 6-8 to 4-5, repeating that Maynard's out of business with a broken collarbone. Rodman's out of business with what could be a broken leg. Visca has an injured ankle, that man in the picture there. Adelaide down to 17. Sydney's had some chances, but at half-time, it's the Crows by 6-8 to 4-5.